trying to get our other social media platforms up and running, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Have a extend our reach, bring more people on board, all that good stuff. So before I forget, well, my name is Tamani. I'm a supporting member of contributing member of the Black Gold movement. And our effort, of course, is to build a Black Gold nation, connected communities nationwide that are on the same page as it relates to the overall vision of establishing communities that have influence, value, and power. We believe, the members of the Black Gold movement, we believe that our issue is one of power, and things happen to us because we don't have the power to stop it, and we don't have power to implement solutions that we know would work for us. It's not that that power isn't available, because it most certainly is. We're just not organized in a fashion that is allowing us to use that power to move ourselves and our people forward. So that is who I am. That's what the movement is about. Before I forget, because I often do, if you are watching us on Facebook, please like us, share the videos. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And of course, share this with other people, because as I often say, no movement moves without people, and this movement is no different. So we need as many Black people as possible that are ready, willing, and able to do something as it relates to moving our people forward. You don't necessarily have to be unafraid, but we don't want you to allow your fear to stop you, because surprise, surprise, your fear is not going to stop white people from doing whatever white people are going to do. White people and or those in power are going to do what they're going to do with or without your fear. So you allowing your fear to stop you really doesn't help anybody or anything. So we're looking for people who are intelligent, who can still critically think, Black people who are again, either unafraid or won't allow their fear to stop them, and Black people who want to do something. So if you're one of those, if you have those three traits, you're a Black person that are that way, then we're almost certainly looking for you. So really quickly, I've been listening to a lot of older video footage on YouTube of Black people talking to Black people about Black stuff, from Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, to Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Jeramogi Baby Ajman, Reverend Albert Cleage, the founder of the Shrines of the Black Madonna, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Fred Hampton, Angela Davis, brothers from the Panthers, Bobby Seale in particular. Just listening to a lot of, I've been listening to a brief clip of Haile Selassie, the brother out of I think he was an Ethiopian king, if I'm not mistaken. Just listening to different people of color talk about the issues that they are having with the non-melanated population in their era, in their time, and they're trying to get Black people to understand what's going on and bring us on board. And what's sad about all of this, all these people talking, is that I was listening, the time period that I was listening to is well over 100 years of Black people talking to Black people about the issues that exist as relates to white people and the power dynamic. And although I've known this for quite some time, how we think it's a problem, how we've been conditioned is a problem, it really didn't dawn on me until I heard Kwame Ture say, he was talking about a brother that he was trying to bring on board to the movement. This was in the 60s, I think it was 1965. And he was talking to the brother, and everything Kwame Ture said to the brother said, yeah, brother, you're right. You got to join the movement. Kwame said, the brother said, yeah, you're right. You got to help the people. Kwame said, the brother said, yeah, you're right. Help us feed the children. Yeah, you're right. Help us educate the community. The brother said, you're right. And Kwame said, well, you got to come on and join us. And the brother said, well, you know, I gotta get my money right first. And Kwame smiled and said, yeah, I understand that, but you know, we still got to move for the people. And the brother said, yeah, I understand. I agree with you. I support you. I'm not against you, but I got to take care of my family first. I got to get my stuff in order first. And I'm paraphrasing, but the exact same thing that this brother was telling Kwame Ture in the 60s. That's the exact same thing I hear from Black people today in 2019. The exact same thing. I support you, Brother Tamani. I think what you're doing is fantastic. I support the Black Gold movement. I agree with the vision of building a Black community that have power. but I got to get my money right first. I got to take care of my family first. I got to get my business going first. I got to get this degree first. I got to get things right on my job first. I got to get these ducks in a row first. And I'm sure Brother Kwame wasn't saying, nor am I saying, that all those things are not important, because of course all of those things are important. But what we miss is that those things aren't as important as you being a part of a group, a part of a people that has influence, value, and power. Because your individual success, your individual family doing well, your individual efforts to educate yourself and or establish your own business is just that, an individual effort, which matters zilch as it relates to fighting against systems that have been put in place to keep you in a second-class status. You trying to be successful, you trying to start a business, you trying to make money, you trying to get a degree, you trying to take care of your family matters none as it relates to moving forward in a unified manner with a people that's trying to do the same thing. And it doesn't matter, because you as one person can do nothing against the systems that have been put in place to keep you back and keep you down. Of course, we have people that have experience and are experiencing individual success, but they are part of a group that's losing. So your individual success doesn't matter if your group is losing, because when things start to ramp up and change more, become more aggressive in America, your individual success won't matter, because you won't have a people that can protect you from the groups that are trying to destroy you. The same thing Kwame Ture was saying to this brother in the 60s is the same exact thing people tell me right now in 2019. Which means what? The conditioning is the same. The very same message that Marcus Garvey was giving to our people in the 30s is the very same message that I'm going to give black people today. And again, I'm not trying to compare myself to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm saying the message is the same. We have to do for self. We have to build for self. We have to take care of our own people. We got to do our own thing. We got to have our own stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Same message. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years later, same message. It's not the message. It's not the truth. It's not the reality. It's us. It's not about what other people are doing or are not doing. It's our ability, it's our refusal to acknowledge that and act accordingly. As I said in my last live broadcast, it's less about what other people do and more about how we think. Because we still don't think in a unified fashion that will allow us to do and move forward and create a better future, a better reality, a better existence for our people moving forward. And because of that, we continue to lose. We have yet to accept the fact that we exist in a hostile environment that we've been in for the past 400 years. And because we refuse to accept that reality, we continue to lose. Nothing has changed. The message that's been given from black people over the last 60, 70, 80, 90 years is the same. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry, somebody let it know. So the message is the same. The evidence is there. The evidence has been there. The facts of the matter have been there. I've been posting things on Facebook for the past, 4 or 5 days, maybe a week, of different black people of influence talking about different issues as it relates to being black in America. And all of these people are well known worldwide, talking about what it means to be black in America, talking about the white power establishment, talking about how we've been conditioned, talking about slavery, talking about different things that aren't new if you've been paying attention. If you read history, if you know anything about black people in America, These messages aren't new. The information isn't new. People keep saying the same thing, but we have yet to acknowledge those things that people are saying and act accordingly. So the issue isn't what other people are doing or what they don't do. The issue is us and what we need to do and or what we aren't doing. And if we don't understand that the issue is us and how we think, and if we don't understand the conditioning process that's been forced upon us over the last 400 years, we're going to continue to lose. This is not rocket science. It's not about understanding the laws of the universe. We're not trying to break the human genome. We're talking about a group of people not liking another group of people and using their power in every way imaginable to keep them in the second-class status of life. And that's been our reality here in America for the past 400 years. We've been conditioned to think as individuals. We've been conditioned to think that we can't produce as a people. We've been conditioned to think that we can't do, we can't lead, we can't think, we can't guide, we can't build, we can't protect, we can't produce as a people in America. And of course, if you know anything about African history, African people, we produced, created, managed, built, maintained for hundreds of years, long before other people even stepped on the scene. But we don't know who we are. We don't know our history, so we don't know that. We have accepted the white man's myth of black inferiority, and we act out of that myth of black inferiority. We have to understand that our focus, as we've been conditioned, is on individualistic things. And other people focus because of how they've been conditioned on group things. They may not like each other, but they will work together to ensure that they maintain power. That's one of the reasons why Donald Trump is the president, because it's not about his individual success. It's about him representing a group that wants to maintain and keep power. We are losing because we think as individuals. We're losing because we're individualistic. We're losing because we don't understand how we've been conditioned, and we aren't working as a collective group to reverse that conditioning. If we continue to do that, then we will never win, and we will continue to lose. We have to understand that we focus on individual success while they focus on group power. We focus on individual spirituality while they focus on survival. You hear, see, watch black people every day, all day on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, social media, gossiping about things that have absolutely nothing to do with our success and forward progress and survival, and talking about business. And it's usually a way for other black people to help them make money so they can move forward. It's very, very, very rare that you see a black person talking about building power for black people. It's very rare that you see a black person talking about establishing communities that have influence, value, and power for black people. It's very rare that you see a black person talking about how to bring together black people so that we can build something where we don't need white people for anything. And of course, we have those brothers and sisters out there who are trying to build, who are trying to nation build, but it pales in comparison to all the other crap that's out there. If you did a YouTube search on the rap battle between MGK and Eminem, the amount of energy, time, insight that black people gave to that battle between these two white dudes is absolutely amazing. We don't have that level of intellectual discussion as it relates to how our people have been poisoned in Flint, Michigan. We don't have that level of intellectual discussion as it relates to how our people are living on sewage land in Mississippi. We don't have that level of discussion as it relates to how our people are being purged in America's major cities. We don't have that level of discussion as it relates to how we can connect with Africa and do business. We come together to gossip about BS that doesn't matter. We come together to talk about politics, and we sugarcoat the truth of what people are or are not doing as it relates to moving us forward. We are focusing on individual things that have absolutely nothing to do with us moving our children forward, while other people focus on building power. That's why we're losing, because we're focusing on individual things and they're focused on building power. We're focused on bettering ourselves individually, healing ourselves individually, making ourselves whole individually, which really isn't possible without a group, while other people focus on surviving. We're not talking about how we're going to survive for the next 50, 75, 100 years. We're talking about MGK and Eminem, R. Kelly's pedophilia, Kamala Harris being black. Very few of us are focusing as a collective group on what really matters most, which is, are we going to be here and not as slaves the next 50, 75, 100 years? We have to understand that the way we think is the problem. The way we act is the problem. What we do or don't do, which is a result of how we think, is the problem. And we have to understand how it came to be that way. The people that got off the slave ship weren't slaves. The people that got off the slave ship used to literally run the world. The people who built things that they still can't figure out, so they say E.T. did it. The people who hid things that they still can't find. People who developed things that they still can't figure out how they were developed. That's who got off the slave ship. Kings, queens, royalty, engineers, scientists, mathematicians, world travelers, astrologers, astronomers, business persons, community leaders, community members, soldiers, warriors. That's who got off the slave ship. The people that used to run the world, those same people, we still have the ability to be those people. We can't even run our block. We don't think like they think. We don't think like they thought. They were group-centered, community-centered, village-centered, tribe-centered. We're individualistically centered, me, myself, and I. What's in it for me? And what's sad about that is when as I've been listening to these black people over the past 75, 100 years talking about black people coming together to do the very same issues they were having then, the same issues our people have now. You have a black person trying to present a solution that's going to make the lives of black people, black children, the black masses better. And the individualistic black person is saying, what's in it for me? What's in it for you, fool, is survival. What's in it for you, fool, is your children being a part of a group that has influence, value, and power. What's in it for you is a system that your child can be protected and nurtured and grown in a capacity that will allow them to be who they're supposed to be in a community that has power. Fool, that's what's in it for you. The Black Gold movement is trying to give our people viable solutions to change the path that we're on, which is a path that is leading us to become either as a permanent second-class group in this country and around the world, or slaves again. We're trying to present viable solutions for that, concrete solutions for that, and we have black people asking us, "What's in it for me?" I don't want to to embarrass anybody, but it's sad the kinds of pushback we get from black people who don't understand the magnitude of the problem. They don't understand the importance of concrete solutions, and they're too individualistic to understand and realize that whatever you're doing, nothing is more important than our survival. And you absolutely must make time to be a part of this group thing if your individual thing is going to make it. And again, I'm not saying that your individual efforts to be successful, to get an education, to get a degree, to make money, all of that is cool. But none of that can come before the survival and advancement of your people, because if your people aren't making it, you're not going to make it. So what we're saying in the movement is that you have to find time to give to the movement. And it doesn't have to be the Black Gold movement. It can be any nation building organization that's trying to do. We got to be able to chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. We got to be able to go to work, focus on our business, and give some time to the movement. We got to be able to put time into our business, spend time with our family, and give time to the movement. We got to be able to chill out, watch football, watch basketball, and give time to the movement. We have to always, always, always be about giving time to the movement, because the movement has to continue to move. Because if the movement doesn't make it, you're not going to make it. I don't care what you're doing or how good you are. Black people that are successful, individual black people that are successful, are going to end up being like the Jews who thought they could cozy up to Hitler individually because they had something to offer, only to realize they were in the ovens with everybody else. We don't understand that individual success is not enough. You're trying to make your personal thing bigger and better and stronger isn't enough. If enough of us don't pool